Hello.
Hi, guys.
Good morning. So with Leviathan coming, what can you, because given that they're based on technology, what is a Brainy interaction with that? Because you kind of get more into that, I guess.
It's funny, like last year, I feel like so much people just pick Brainy's brain, and then all of a sudden they have this new technology. Like last year with the image inducer, they used Brainy's technology for that, and then they made billions of dollars off of him, and so. Yeah, this year there is a new company called Obsidian. Am I allowed to say any of this? I don't know.
So,
yeah, and basically they have this new type of virtual reality technology, and who knows, Brainy might factor into this with Lena, and they might have something in this episode to work. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know. I have no idea.
How does John get into it?
John is really dealing with his some pretty serious family issues in the return of his rather capable brother in Malefic. So I'll be kind of having my hands full dealing with some deep family issues, and so far so good. I mean, the way that they've been writing him is extremely creative, and I think it's going to give, because he's a shapeshifter, I think it's going to give some of the cast great opportunities to play parts of themselves that they haven't done yet. So already it looks great, and it's going to be a great opportunity for us to just work together in a slightly different way.
And that's always a fun thing to do on our show, when Kara plays you playing her, and when Sam Woodward played when he played me playing him, that's always fun to hand off characters like that.
David, one of the coolest parts this last season was really seeing the relationship between John and Manchester Black, and sort of the frenemies dynamic between them. I wonder if you could talk a little bit about that relationship, and John's struggle against violence, sort of represented in that relationship.
Yeah, I guess it was the wrong time to meet Manchester, because he's a lot of fun, and but quite dark. And I think he was kind of challenging John to sort of let loose, be yourself, and come and join me on this kind of rampaging, avenging sort of mission. Very seductive, and I think the character was very seductive. But at heart, I think John is. He's a law enforcement officer, so at the end of the day, it comes down to right and wrong. And I think he chose, even though it was very seductive, I think he chose the path of justice. And unfortunately, Manchester had to be ended. I say unfortunately because he's such a great character, and I was hoping that. I think in the comic books he does have superpowers, and I was really hoping that he did have superpowers, because I couldn't punch him. I could never fight him, because it was kind of superhero versus non-superhero, and I think the fans really wanted that kind of coming together, and I think as a result, unfortunately, it just slightly went away. It was a little unresolved, but I met him in the lift this morning, so it was kind of nice to see him again. So hopefully throughout the day we can talk about it.
Would you guys say that this season is more comic book heavy, or are we kind of going to go back off the beaten path and create some new stories?
I mean, from what I've heard about what's going to happen in the crossover, it's like going to be a comic book fans, dream come true. But I think there's a healthy balance between, paying homage to stuff from the comics and, finding our own path on the show.
So Brainy told me last season that he loved her. What can you tease about that relationship this season?
Well, at least in these first couple episodes, we will see them together in a relationship and learn how the kind of aftermath of the alignment situation, like how that affected them as a couple, and what that revealed about Brainy, about who he is, and about what he knows about himself, and how he'll struggle with opening up with Nia and being vulnerable with her, because he did hurt her unintentionally, and so yeah, it's going to be a struggle, but there'll be fun moments, and yeah, it's in these first couple episodes you're definitely going to see a lot of Brainy and Nia moments together, and yeah, it'll be fun.
That's
David.
all the time we have this
Go on, quickly.
All right. How was it directing Supergirl? And would you do it again?
I'm doing another episode this year. I'm doing 511 this year. Fantastic, great experience to direct. It's a fantastic crew, great cast. So I couldn't have asked for a better place to start my directorial journey. So really, really great people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
Never been better.
So sad about the news about you leaving.
It's
What's up with that? I don't know. What's your reaction? And are you gonna miss the show really bad?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna miss it. I knew I was gonna miss it pretty badly, but it's actually now that this impending deadline is coming, it's even harder than I thought. So, like, you know, these people are my family, and I said over here, I've never been on a set before where I've seen actors and crew and writers get along so well. You know, we have our things, but we are still on group texts that we've been on since the pilot. We go to dinner together. Like, that's abnormal after years and years and years. And so, like, this is my family, and it's tough. It's really tough, but it's, you know, I have some other things I got to do, and gotta move on. And it's really harmonious, and I'm really happy that it's such a gracious exit, and we all love each other, so it's great.
Can you tell us anything about what you're doing next?
Yeah, I'm developing a cable series for me to star in. I have a group of friends that have a very unique perspective on life. We've all kind of been through the ringer. I passed away, came back. I've been in a coma. I have other friends like that, and we've all had post-traumatic growth. And I'm really excited to sort of explore that kind of world with those kind of characters on television because it's never been done. And yeah, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, a lot of fun.
My question for you, Nicole, is because it was one of the best episodes of the season was when we went back to Nia's hometown and saw her family, and there's still an unresolved conflict between her and her sister. Do you think we're gonna touch on that again, or is she just staying away from that because
It's absolutely in the talks. We absolutely really want Hannah James to come back because that's not the kind of thing that we want to leave up in the air because it's absolutely something that happens. You know, sisters fight. That kind of I think the important thing to recognize about that conflict is it wasn't coming from a place of transphobia, it was coming from a place of two sisters fighting, and when you fight with your sibling you go for the jugular, and so I think it's really important.
Yep.
And so I think it's really important to show that resolution and show the growth that comes from that, and so I'm really hoping that I get to see her come back soon. The problem is she's just so busy. She's always doing something, and I'm like, Hannah, come back. I need you.
Hannah, be worse so we can have you back. Stop. Yeah.
Well, do less, Hannah.
Do less, Hannah.
No, I love her so much. So it's absolutely in the talks, and I really want to see that come back so they can grow from the relationship, and hopefully Nia can finally get some help interpreting her dreams. She has no idea what's going on.
I feel like we haven't seen the full extent of Dreamer's powers, or we can explore that more.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, no, she has. It keeps going up.
So what can we expect to see with her journey this season? And she was like coming into becoming Dreamer. What can we expect?
So far, her storyline has kind of been balancing work and balancing being a hero, and then also trying to find her footing in this new relationship with Brainiac. They're both so different and so unused to anything like this, and both of them aren't the best at like communicating. So it's kind of trying to find that balance and trying to figure out how to express themselves with one another.
Back to you leaving the show, I did read somewhere that it might not necessarily have to be a final goodbye, like never say never. Is there any way you could maybe pop back in again?
To quote Justin Bieber, never say never. That great philosopher. Yeah, we wanted to make it a very gracious exit, and so the door is open to come back, and I'd love to. For some special occasions, and like I said, the relationship is still loving, it's still intact. We came to this decision together, and we also came to the decision that we're going to do it in such a way where he can come back whenever, and that door's open. So, yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate that.
Have a great con, y'all.
You as well.
Nicole Main.
Hi, guys. Hello. How is everyone? Good. No, just so damn fun. Caffeinated.
So black.
Yes, black is great. Thank you. I know. How do you feel? Like, are you so excited? I want to hear more about this. I love women directing things. It's equal parts excitement, nerves, a little bit of terror, which I think is a good thing. I don't think you should ever do something that you're not afraid of. Or that was a double negative. No, you should continue to do things that you are afraid of. Yeah. What time is it? Anyway, yes, I'm really excited about it, and I think I'm going to really enjoy the process. David Harewood directed last season, and he killed it. His episode was so fun. The energy on set was just palpable, and we have a great crew, so I think it's really good.
Something I'm so excited about Leviathan is that it's one of the more human villains that Kara has to face, because she may not be able to punch her way through or whatnot. So can you guys tease how does Kara deal with that kind of threat?
Well, I think we kind of explored the way she would deal with something a little more intangible in that way last season. So, because last season our enemy essentially was fear, the bigger enemy, I think the bigger picture, and how you combat against it. And I think journalism really prevailed. So I hope we see a bit more of that this year from her too. I think when Kara Danvers takes to the pen or the computer, it's always good.
Melissa, how was it wearing the new suit? Do you like it?
I love the new suit.
This has been asked for a long time,
yes.
And I think last year when you were wearing the other suit, once you got a taste of the pants, there was no going back.
Yeah, I had Red Daughter and the crypto suit last year, and I was like, this is great.
But yeah, it was. I think that there's an. Supergirl in that skirt is iconic, and we wanted to do that. But I think as Kara's matured and evolved, and as the show has, I think we wanted to honor her evolution.
How big of a role will Lex Luthor play in the upcoming season, or will he not, play as big of a role as some people might?
Well, he's been dealt with, so we got to keep on moving forward. But the shadow of the Luthors is and obviously, and specifically, especially Lena, but just the Luthors have such a long history with the Danvers and the Kents. It's hard to say Kents. I don't think that'll go away anytime soon.
So I know it's probably way too early to ask about it, but what can you both tease about the 100th episode? Because you're hitting a big milestone this year.
I know. It's very exciting. I don't know much about what they're planning, but I know it's going to be great.
Yeah, we want to do something special for sure. It's such a incredible honor to be able to do 100 episodes of the show. It means that you have an audience that wants you to keep coming back, and we're so grateful for that. So I think we also really just want to do something for the fans.
Yeah. You guys have been so unapologetic about dealing with issues that are really timely, like this past season, issues of fear of immigrants and xenophobia. So I wonder if you guys could just talk about that behind the scenes. How is it like for you dealing with such timely issues?
I was really proud of it. Every time I got a new script, I was cheering them on. I thought our writers room did a fantastic job, and I was proud to be a part of taking a stance and saying what we believed in, and more of it.
Yeah, and I think there's a particular responsibility with Supergirl and Superman. It's it's about like the American way. So what is the American way? And I think that it's also our writers, our actors, our crew. We're living in really difficult times, and I think it's important in any way you can to state your values. And so,
Thank you.
Thank you.
That out, I love your shirt.
So great. So smart. I love it.
This is a fun group.
We're just very captivated.
I appreciate good lighting. Yes. Hello. How's everybody doing?
I say that this entire look is Kelly.
Thank you. Thank you. She knows what she's doing. She's a professional.
Like a haircut this morning.
Oh man, no, I have a team. I can't do this, but no, I would have come down in like my chucks and jeans and like.
We
a
also
hoodie or
all very
something,
aggressively, the girls, we have a group
work-
chat and we
yeah.
aggressively text each other.
What are you doing?
30 outfits a day. Yeah.
So what can you tease about what we can expect from Alex and Kelly's relationship this year?
I'm so scared. I'm going to say a spoiler. So No, this is all about kind of like taking things one step at a time.
Yeah.
And not trying to just dive like face first into something that could be like crisis/emotionally driven. Because last season towards the end there was so much going on and Kelly got thrown into the mix really fast and really heavy.
Yeah.
That, I think it almost kind of like could have, if it wasn't handled as well as it was, like writing, producers and whatnot, could have just become something that seemed very forced, but instead really wanted to find the dynamic and the baseline of a great friendship, so that once that kiss happened, it was Alex making that move because she's looking forward to moving forward and wanting to kind of like do it in a way that, since this is only her second time having a relationship really, that, she's not walking in and just kind of wearing her heart in her sleeve just to be kind of like torn apart. And thankfully, she found somebody that is so grounded and so thoughtful and kind and caring that it really was something that was based on support. So this season is kind of like between the two of them really figuring out how to make the dynamic work amidst very chaotic situations. Because it's never safe. It's never just dull.
Just when you think it is cozy and nice, something happens.
It's
Always.
like that whole thing that doctors and nurses say, like, never say, wow, it's really quiet.
Yeah.
Because the second you
That
do,
is this world.
influx of broken and bent people where you're just kind of like, so it's never going to be easy. It's just finding the balance of how to stay connected, stay real, stay honest, which is very difficult to do in any relationship, so that you can kind of like handle when crisis
and be vulnerable, which in this world is really hard too.
Chyler, is there any plans to continue the adoption story?
Yes, that is something that, again, we're trying to do very delicately and very respectfully, because with Maggie leaving, and that was really the basis and the grounds of what that life decision was, it's still something that is very much in Alex's mind, and where that happened last season, where the adoption happened, and then it kind of fell through within almost with the same day.
Yeah.
It's like that's very realistic. That happens all the time, and so that is something that is still on her radar, but she's definitely like not trying to force anything right away. But the cool part is that what you kind of come to find out is that these two are very like-minded. And so that being the case, it doesn't have to be something that we're rushing into. When you're looking at the end goal in mind, it's not like, if it's ever going to happen, it's just how and when and what is that going to look like.
Everything's a slow burn with Kelly and Alex.
I think naturally they're both very nurturing and caring and ferociously loving people. So that will definitely be a natural progression. It's just figuring out how to do it tastefully, and so that fans can appreciate and feel good about that progression as well.
We can get a little more of a backstory on Kelly.
I'm really sorry. I gotta pull them. We will. Yes, she has a new job this year. It's awesome. Yes, and it's wild. I'll just answer that. Kelly has a new job this year at Obsidian Tech, which is like this cool sci-fi world, advanced world. The set is like the coolest thing I've ever seen, and the new character Andrea Rojas that's coming in, she'll be working with her. And they said in our notes that I could say that this dynamic and this company is going to put Kelly in some serious danger. Kelly's so sweet and pure and thinks she's doing good, and she gets in some complicated situations. But that whole storyline is so cool. It's very like Black Mirror, weird future. It's everyone that comes to my office is like.
Speaking of serious situations, we really.
Okay, bye guys.
Thanks for getting these great taglines. It's awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Have fun. You too.
Entirely, and I'll say Tesfai. I mean, it's on the
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, I've just been complimenting everyone's outfits.
Thank you.
Today.
I certainly appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
Stressful.
So when putting together the season, you decide to go with a villain, an organization villain that is more based on technology. Where did that come from? Like, did you guys look at different options? What were you going to do, and what was the decision to get into technology?
Robert and I love telling stories that reflect what's going on in the real world and topics that we feel everyone can identify with. And so technology was one of the first issues that came up for all of us because we're all addicted to our devices. It's just rapidly changed the way we live our lives in recent years, and so that was something that we all found really compelling to explore.
It's kind of cool because it's kind of a little bit of a Black Mirror vibe. Like, did you guys think about that when coming up with some of these stories, or were inspired by that?
We did, yes. It was a big inspiration for us.
With the 100 episodes, can you tease anything? Any
No, I think the only thing we can tease is that it's coming, and we're planning something special, and we're excited about that. But beyond, we can't.
So last season, Lena learned that Tara is Supergirl. What can you tease about how Lena's going to be dealing with that and how that affects their dynamic?
Their friendship, whether or not their friendship can recover from that, is going to be a central storyline throughout the season. It's going to be really emotional, and we're all, I think, really invested in their friendship. So it's going to be a big central theme.
Something I kind of took away from the finale is, not just for Lena, but also a little bit for Eve, is that they're both going to be dealing with finding their own light and darkness in some ways. Can you talk a little about that? Because I don't see Eve as necessarily wanting to be part of Leviathan anymore.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I think she's in a bit of trouble from Leviathan at the end of last season, and that's something she's going to have to deal with. I think Lena is on her own path this season because of the fallout from the betrayal. So,
what can you tease us about Supergirl's involvement with the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover?
Not much. Once again, we're excited. But we're excited about it.
All right.
How difficult are those crossovers for you? I mean, I enjoy watching them, but is it like 5 times as much work, or how?
I mean, it's a lot of work because we do it. It's a big undertaking, and the logistics are tough, and we're scheduling more than just our show. But it's important for all of us. Are so excited to be able to do them every year for the fans, and we want to make them bigger and better, and make sure that we do them right. So it takes time and effort to do it, but it's always worth it in the end.
something that maybe you guys can talk a little bit about. How excited are you guys to get to write in cars essentially with two Supermen? We got Chyler and Brandon.
So cool,
We're
right?
excited about that we'll have two Supermen, yes.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys too.